Hey friends, Mark here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. Okay, so I've been doing the keto diet and stuff. A lot of you guys are following along. A lot of you are having success. A lot of you have heard about keto and just kind of investigating a little bit more. So what I've been doing is following my journey. I started in November, and I've been off and on, mostly off and on with it, and I've lost about 32 pounds doing it. Definitely my body fat went from about 36 to about 26, and I seem to have a little more clarity, and I seem to have more energy with it. Now there's a lot of misconceptions out there. A lot of people are saying, well, the doctor said don't do keto because that's bad for your heart. Well, I dare say being over 270 at 5'10" is probably not good for your heart either, and being closer to diabetes. A lot of the foods that we eat are so processed and stuff that you don't know what you're actually eating anymore. We hear about the weed killers that are causing cancers, and they're making plants that the weed killers don't work against, but they're ingesting the weed killers, so we're ingesting that kind of stuff. We eat so much sugar and carbs and things that our body wasn't necessarily meant to digest on a regular basis, but we're making that as a staple. So I'm trying this to see how well it works. Like I said, I've lost about 32 pounds and I feel better. I don't feel quite as big in the middle, quite as bloated now. I mean, I always had, not a lot of fat and stuff on my arms or my legs and things, but it was always a lot right around the middle, that inner tube, that Michelin man. So I've been doing my live stream cooking when I've been doing cooking in the evening and stuff. So a lot of people are like, well, how did you get to that point? So I'm doing like a recorded video now to tell you what I did if I prepped something ahead of time. And so what I got today, we're gonna do like a steak fajita bowl. So I've got like some beef flap right here, like this meat right here, and it's kind of like chunks. So you can see it's cut in like little sections and things here, which is great. You put them on the grill, literally in like 5 minutes this is done, and this is like a real quick, easy meal. This is a pound and a half right here, and it's $5.59 a pound. So really you're only supposed to be eating like 4 or 5 ounces of meat. So this is enough for 3 people right here. But I'm going to do enough that I can actually have for lunch tomorrow too, if I have lunch or my wife can have lunch. So what we're going to do with this, you can buy fajita seasoning if you like, but I like to kind of season my stuff myself. I've got different plants and herbs and stuff that are growing outside, and I just kind of like to have my own seasoning and things. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some garlic powder, put a little garlic powder in there. I got to go get some more. My chipotle chili powder, not much. Oh, I need that. So I got just some regular chili powder. I'll put some of that in there. A lot of that in there. Cumin. Cumin is a great spice. Put some cumin in there. Some paprika. I like lots of paprika. And we're going to put some onion powder in there. And I like my garlic salt. It's got a little bit of parsley in it. It's got the salt and it's got the garlic in there. And I'm going to put some pepper. Mix that up, and then I'm going to put some of that. This is more than what I need for this one, but I'll save some of this for next time. But we're just going to mix this up. This will give us a nice, good flavor with it. And like I said, we can save the rest for the next go round. We're going to sprinkle some of that over. Now what's good about this diet is when you're doing regular diets, they're always telling you to stay away from the fats. Well, you can't have the sugar, unfortunately, but you want the fats. So it doesn't really feel like a diet because I'm putting like heavy cream in my coffee, and I put a shot of whipped cream on there, so it's kind of like that's like a little dish to itself. All right, so I got that on there, and me. This is my way of doing things, okay? I love balsamic vinegar, okay? It's still got a bite like vinegar, but it has a sweetness to it. And when you add that with the meat, I just like it. I had somebody who said they followed my steak recipe, and they're like, oh man, that was nasty. I don't like the vinegar. And all that. Well, that's your own personal preference. And cooking should be an experiment to figure out things that you like and don't like. Now, again, Worcestershire. Oh, I love Worcestershire sauce. I can literally drink Worcestershire sauce. I can take a shot of it. I know there's something wrong with me. Look at that. I love my meat. And then we'll put a little olive oil on there too. Just a little bit. And I'm going to put this out in the fridge. Then I'm going to cook that. Now, what we're going to have with this, of course, is I'm going to take some peppers and some onions. I'm going to cook those, fry them out there, on the griddle to go with the steak. And we'll end up doing fresh picante sauce. I'll pick some of the tomatoes outside, onions, cilantro, jalapeno pepper. You kind of get the theme of jalapeno peppers. And we'll put that all together. I still have a little bit of the beans left over from yesterday. You can't have a lot of beans, but just a little. I just need a little bit of fiber. So I put like 2 spoons of the beans with the tomato sauce and stuff in there just to kind of give it. We'll put some cheese, some guacamole on there, and it'll be a fajita bowl, and it'll be really, really good. And this, now here's the thing. Here's what's great about this. People will say to me, it's like, man, that diet of yours, man, that costs a whole lot of money, man. I can't afford that. But hold on, here's the thing. Whenever we go, it's me, Michael, and Tracy, if we go to Chipotle, we're spending like $35. If you get the avocado, the guacamole, it's $2.25 just for a side of that. So that's like $35 eating there. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. This right here is about, let me see. This is about $16 worth of meat. This is 3 pounds of steak. Okay, 3 pounds. This is enough to feed a family of 4 for dinner twice, easily. And buying the peppers and the onions and the cheese, it's not that expensive. We're talking about half of what I would spend if I were going to Chipotle to eat. And this, I dare say, will be a lot fresher. It doesn't have as many preservatives, although I don't know what they put in the meat. But I got to tell you, it hasn't been sitting underneath those lights and everything else, and it's definitely not overcooked. This will be better for you. So it's how you do things. Like I said, I've got some clips that I got to put together from where I go to the World Market. That's like they have a Mexican aisle, they have a Chinese aisle, a Korean aisle, they have a Japanese aisle and stuff. And the produce there is really, really fresh. And actually is a lot less expensive. So I go there. I also go to like BJ's, the home centers, because I'll buy in bulk. In which case you'll buy a lot of stuff. You might not need all of it today. But for example, if I go to the regular grocery store and buy a bottle of this, it's like $4.50 or so. Go to BJ's, you buy 2 of them, it's like $7. So you're saving a few dollars here. Granted, it'll take me a couple of months to use it, but believe me, I'm going to use it. So there's ways of eating really, really well for not necessarily as much money as you think. And I'm all about trying to eat well and not spend money because, well, I ain't got it to spend. So that's where we're going to go. And one other thing, too, with the keto diet, you don't eat as much. You're not eating breakfast. You're not really eating lunch. You're eating some snackages. And you're going to eat one really great meal, and I'm not really hungry. I came home and I had a couple pieces of pepperoni. I might get some celery and some pepper slices with some French dip. That'll tide me over for a couple hours. And I definitely think, I don't know, if you guys have been watching me for a while, my face is definitely thinner. I'm beginning to get that V look like I used to have back in the day, as opposed to that pear shape with the belly and stuff. So it is doing some good things for me. I definitely feel better, and it is giving me enough energy because I just don't have enough hours in the day. But we'll be back later on. It's only 3 o'clock now. About 6 o'clock, I'll be outside grilling this so you can see the final product of what we got. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you later.